What? Oh, don't hit the camera. Yeah, so we're fixing to go get some work done. Gotta go work on the excavator. Ryan's gonna go work on our trough for the cattle so we can catch them and they'll have water. One of the biggest problems I've been having with this is it's got a leak, and anytime I let it sit, basically it just leaks out, and it's coming from the drive motors. You can see it right there. It just keeps getting worse and worse as it sits. So what I've got to do, I parked this. It's been here for a long time, but I parked it so I can take it apart and work on it. It's got a good old motor in it. I've already had to pull it once because this drivetrain right here, these pump motor or pump assembly, it's a gearbox, and these two are the, there's 3 pumps. This gearbox, basically after I bought it, this guy knew it was full of crap when I bought it, but it threw a couple of bearings in there, froze it up. I thought it was the motor itself, but then once I got it all apart, took it to the house, I realized it was just the main bearings on here, and there was no oil in this thing, which I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know to check it, but all the damage was already done before I ever bought it. I had only put a couple of hours on it before it went out. So I'm pretty sure it may have got to squealing at some point, and those guys probably said, it's time to sell it instead of fix it. And his mechanic was not exactly what I would consider a good mechanic. I did change out the bearings, and I did put gear oil in here, but I think it's leaking a little bit. I need to check it, make sure it's still got some underneath here. So right here you can see where that's running down. It could be leaking from here too. This one's tight, this one's really tight. I did put silicone around it, so the chances are this has got a little more oil than what was supposed to be in it. Yeah, see, it's coming out. So I overfilled it slightly. I know I didn't overfill it by much, but this is leaning. It's on a lean, but at least I know it's got oil in it, and plenty. So let me tighten that. Okay, and this one here, I want to check that. It doesn't look like it's leaking out of that, but yeah, see, all of these are pretty darn tight. I don't want to tighten them anymore. Yeah, that's tight. So there we go. Well, you can see all this crap, man. That's what happens when you leave anything around here. Freaking rats get in there, start stuffing stuff in there. Look at that. Rats really don't like open spaces. A lot of times when you got an open space like this where the sun's shining in, and they don't feel safe. And I think it's because, they have natural predators that fly overhead. Rats, if they have a place they can get in and they feel safe, whatever it is, hold on, into a bathroom, a toilet. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Alright, so I got all this off, and it's been sitting so long, I'm pretty sure most of it came from this side and just came across based on this pool here, and I was suspecting that's what it was, but I can't really do anything with this until I pressure wash it. So I'm going to get the pressure washer out and clean this mess up. Okay. Man, that thing was full of rat crap. Look at all that. That is some nasty, nasty stuff. Alright, that's about as good as I'm going to be able to get it. I'm in a bad position over here, but I wanted this clean enough to where, you know, I could see what's going on and not get so filthy. I know what it is. If I take this off, I had to buy O-rings for this because the mechanic that was working on it didn't put the O-rings in here, and it was like $4 for those things. So I bought those, I put them in, and I'm still getting some leaking, and I'm not exactly sure where. I think it could be that I'm not tightening these down enough. I'm fixing to find out, but may need to put some silicone or something on it to help it out. But let's go ahead and get started on that. Well, it's not that. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put some fluid in here, see if I can let it leak out, find that leak. Well, go figure, I'm about to be out of juice, but this is where my leak's coming from, and I had to put these on, but I think I'm going to have to put some sealant around it because it's still leaking around that, and I don't know why. Figured out what was wrong. We got a chewed up gasket here. Oh man, I just want to say that thing's probably riding on it and it not seating correctly for it to do that. I don't know exactly what else it could be, but I'm gonna patch it up. I'm gonna have to order some more in, but I'll patch it up with some stuff and then stick it back together nice and tight. Okay, since I didn't have any battery, I wasn't able to film it, but I got that turned around and tightened up, and I used some of this stuff that you put on and it stays flexible and shouldn't come off. I'm hoping that that'll solve the problem, but we'll find out. I'm pretty sure the leak will stop for a while anyway. Well, I've put quite a bit of this oil in here, and unfortunately it hasn't even broken the bottom of the glass there, or I can't see it yet. So I want to put another 5 gallons in, and I'm kind of running out of oil. I'm probably gonna have to get my wife to get some. Let me get up here the old man way. Alright. Yeah, it's been sitting, so I'm not sure how much it's gonna need. I imagine it'll need all of this, but maybe not. Pretty much gonna take it all. The good thing is, that's all it needs. There we go. So all the fluids are good except for hydraulic. Yeah, there's fuel down in there. It's not much. First thing I'll have to do is drive it over there and fill it up. We had to go to town yesterday. We had to pick up batteries. Let me unplug my horse. batteries. My dad got me a really good deal on them.
Very, very happy. So thankful my dad got me a deal. These things are so expensive. Anyway,
2 brand new batteries for the excavator. Let's see if they work. Let's go see if the rats stayed out of here, because they hate it when you have an open area. Doesn't look like you got back in here. We're gonna see if she will crank up. And I really want to make sure we got some fuel up in there, because it's been sitting. Look at it. It's all gone. I gotta put some more in it. I bet you she don't make the kind of noise she was making earlier. Just so much groaning. Kill it. This is the power switch. Believe it or not, all this stuff still works. I bought some gauges and I realized these are all working. This is the old kind. It has a little tube that comes and feeds it, which I don't really like. I would rather have one with the sensor, so I bought one. But then I couldn't see through this either, so I took it apart and I got it kind of where you can see, so I can see if I've got no oil pressure and all this other stuff. Pretty much none of it works. I mean, none of it works. The gearbox and all that stuff for the windshield wiper is all gone. So yeah, it's not one of those machines you're gonna be out in the rain using too much, and you don't want to be in here in the middle of the summer unless you figure out how to put an air conditioner in it, which I have an idea, but I don't think I'm going to need it now since we're going into winter.